Okay, everybody, welcome to a little talk on Cribl Insights. We're here to chat about monitoring Cribl from within Cribl, with Cribl, using Cribl to see what the Cribles are doing to the Cribles. It's going to be good. Let's go ahead and click the button. So we're very excited to be here at the CriblCon Queso in a session. That's with cheese. I understand. I think that there was something to do with the pun department that we wanted to get into, but yeah, anyway. My name is Jack Coates, product for storage and analysis. I'm replacing Bryce Easley. Not really replacing. I cannot catch up to that guy, but he's got a family commitment that he needs to hit, and that's why I'm getting the mugshot there. But, you know, I'd like to thank the DC police for that. It's been good. And Roman here is the magic of the team. Roman has produced a lot of the software that we're going to be seeing. Anything to say?
Hi, my name is Roman. I'm an engineer on System Insights team. And yeah, today I will be showing you something about alerts. I have caused a bunch of them, have fixed a bunch of them. So yeah, have something to share today.
Yep. All right, so journey for the next 30 minutes. We're going to start off with challenges that Roman's caused, or I'm sorry, that I've caused really. The sorts of challenges that we face when we're monitoring a system like Cribl that is managing all of this important telemetry data. Well, it turns out we run a lot of Cribl and we face these challenges too. Roman's going to show you some of the product. We're going to walk through some realistic live use cases. We're going to do a demo of live software because we're dumb like that. It's going to be great. I like to, as Dave knows, I like to dive in hard. We're going to share where we're headed with some of the more AI-driven monitoring use cases that we're working on now. And we'll wrap up with some takeaways. So hope to make this worth your time. So I'm going to talk about an elephant in the room a little bit. I'm going to ask some questions about the products that we're all working with. So I'm going to ask, please raise your hands if you've ever faced limited visibility because you're dealing with monitoring that's scattered across multiple tools. And that seems to be a common thread, as I like to call it the 3 browser tabs of observability. There's I've got my metric system that tells me something broke, and then I go over to my log system that tells me what broke, and then I go to my trace system that tells me how it broke. It's kind of neat. So, you got Datadog watching this, you got Splunk watching that, you got a homemade Grafana dashboard, you got some New Relic. Where you go when it's really bad. You're like, okay, what do we do now? It's like you got 5 different weather apps, right? What temperature is it? Is it raining? I don't know. They all say different stuff. Another raising of hands moment. Because of those systems, being like that, do you have slow troubleshooting? Does it take you longer than you expected to go from point A to point D? Got some hands, yep. So playing detective across all these systems can really slow you down, especially when you find out that SSO sign-in to the second or third one broke. And you're like, God damn it, what happened to my session? So correlating metrics, alerts, and logs from 3 tools is really a pain in the butt, and the morning gets ruined. And my personal favorite is the war room where you've got 24 vendors on the call and an angry VP going, what the hell, why is it all broken? And everybody's just trying to go, like, it's not me, okay? Pretty sure storage is not involved here. Right, yeah. Okay, last one. I've now given you $3 million for observability. What value is Cribl providing in this stack? Anybody ever asked that? Yeah, get a couple of those. Yep. So we know that we are doing a lot. We know that there's massive value here, but you end up having to go to the spreadsheets and do gymnastics about, well, I saved this person 45 minutes at least 5 times this quarter, and what are they worth? I don't know. Like they could have been doing something else. Can I talk about opportunity cost? So spreadsheets, fun. All right, there's not always a simple and easy way to pull those answers out of our existing system, particularly when it's taken a long time to get to where you're at. So we face these challenges too. As I mentioned, we run Cribl ourselves. In fact, you may have seen the observability talk that Kishore and Bill gave, and it talks a lot about the sorts of things that we're doing. Running Cribl. So our goal, Cribl Insights, built for Cribl admins, platform engineers, SREs, having to monitor Cribl. I've talked with a lot of folks over the last year who are in this situation, and I hear a fair amount of, I'm sending my data to my SIM because I have a SIM and I know how it works. I hear a fair amount of the data that's already there in Lake, I use it with Cribl Vision, or I send it to Grafana because I've got that, or I send it to Datadog because I've got that. But I also hear a painful amount of, we're not doing anything. We've got 24 hours in the in-memory store and cross our fingers that we can solve a problem with what we've got. So that's a struggle. We want to be able to give you one place to monitor everything. We got to be able to look at Stream, at Edge, at Lake, at Search, any new products. We need to be able to get that data into, how about one location? Because the in-memory store that we currently use is isolated to each product. And you're like, oh, Stream doing this, Lake doing that. How are they interacting? Hard to say. Last but not least, we want to make sure that you are able to get one place to go look for alerts, and that you don't have to go into every single route or every single destination or every single source in order to configure what you want a notification to look like, because that's kind of a pain too. So trying to close off panes, trying to give you accelerated high-speed data that lets you actually solve some of these questions at a better clip. Okay, so that's systems. Now, I've been talking quite a lot about, but I also hear a lot about data. Making sure that we understand when the shape of data has changed, making sure we understand when the amounts of data have changed. Because what we're moving in Cribl is data, and it's not just do the telemetry, do the amounts of telemetry or the types of telemetry coming out of my workers make sense to me. It is also extremely important to know, does the flow of data suddenly radically change shape? Did it drop down to 10% of what it was yesterday? Those are important. Another couple of things we wanted to tackle while we were here, audit. So I hear this very often. We realize it is important. We also, you may have heard, just went through FedRAMP. And so we've spent a lot of time thinking about audit logs recently for some strange reason. So there will certainly be some work in this towards getting clean audit out of Cribl Cloud into this product as well. Last but not least, alerting. I think we've got some room to improve alerting, and we're going to show you what we're doing there. Okay, automatic instrumentation. That I feel is also very important. Talk with many customers who say, I've got 150 new services I need to roll out every week, and then over 75 that I'm shutting down every week. That is a pain to go configure one route at a time. And so we want to make sure that it's possible to configure this system through infrastructure as code. You need to be able to reach in with something like a Terraform and say, do this. So another design goal. Smart alerting. We need to make sure that you get told the thing that is wrong and what you can do about it. So it's one thing to get an alert in Slack. It's another thing to get an alert in Slack with a button to the place to go. So got to make sure that's there. And then last but not least, making sure we get better metrics than we currently have. As long as we're dreaming, right? Let's keep dreaming big. I want to see metrics that are focused on the value of the data. So again, line length is a really interesting metric. The breaks and number of breaks, number of fields extracted. Those are important. Okay. So a couple of use cases. Common pictures that we've seen. I've got a flow from CrowdStrike to Azure. It stops. We want to see what happened. We need to make sure the alert gets sent. We need to make sure that that alert has got where and why, so that you know what to do. Next, I've got Palo Alto. So you've got some Palo logs, got some Windows logs, you got a system that needs to use OCSF. OCF, is that like Orange County Fair or something? Yeah. We're going to go to the, we have a settings change. Oh, has anyone ever seen their logs go from XML back to classic? Oops. Yeah, data log, your volume's cool. It's probably, if you've got a lot of data moving or a little bit of data moving, it's probably in line. Not uncommon for something like a 3 standard deviation to continue to work just fine. Okay, we want to spot that shape change. We want to send the alert. Now we've got demo scenarios.
And today we will go over 2 very important scenarios. First one will be looking at how much effort does it take to instrument a newly provisioned piece of infrastructure, even the one you're not technically controlling yourself. Some spoilers: it's very close to 0. And the second one is we're going to do something terrible to that newly provisioned piece of infrastructure that hopefully we will detect an issue and resolve this all in the course of a single demo.
Okay, let's make it happen. All right, if we can switch over.
All right, this is our live organization, and I'm going to just give you a quick tour of the main page, which is essentially a single pane of glass across all products in your all products being used in your Cribl workspace. This is the main vitals of Stream aggregated across all of the worker groups, and we're monitoring service health over time. Here's the section for edge. There's no edge here, so it's not very interesting. And last but not least, search overview, which gives you statistics of job statuses, how many are in flight, and how many CPU seconds have been spent over time.
Now, a couple of things I want to point out there are these collapsers, where you can see the, I just hit the wrong button, sorry. You have these collapsers where you can see that the area sections can get folded up. You also have nice graphics here. You've got a 7-day time picker up at the top, which is a big deal if you've used Cribl monitoring before. And then last but not least, the view details buttons, because each of these drops down to another dashboard that is focused even deeper onto the product in question, and then has a log viewer as well.
Yeah, and that gives you a better aggregated view across all the worker groups and workers you have. And this is a secret ingredient that will be useful for us later. So let's switch to Stream for a second. So for this demo, we'll go with a classic example. Creating a source that we will be monitoring, and I will just create something super simple, data generation that produces 30 Apache log messages per second. Mm-hmm. So let's call it CriblCon. And I'm going to connect this to DevNull. Now some background magic is happening. So once it is provisioned, metrics will trickle up to our metric store, and in a minute or two, we will see more healthy inputs and more events in and out compared to what we have right now. So as of now, we are sitting at 35 per second. Okay, still healthy. And that will take, it typically takes about a minute or two to get
the Jeopardy song?
changes.
Anybody know of a Jeopardy song?
We can zoom in a little bit on the dashboard. Yep. This is when I removed the previous one.
Now, something that's worth noting in this infrastructure is your current monitoring system is running on top of the leader. When your leader is under stress, that means that we now have a conflict between monitoring and working. This moves the infrastructure off of the leader so that there's no longer a conflict. As long as it's able to emit metrics, we're able to pick them up.
Okay,
there we go.
we have a blip here, and we are okay. Now CriblCon is our top source by the number of events. It has type datagen. I don't know if it's readable on that screen, but you have to take my word for it. And here is the configuration page for all the monitors, which is basically how you set up the process of monitoring, and this is how you set the criteria for alerting. So here at the top, we see that input that has the ID datagen CriblCon is producing brisks 243 and 43,000 bytes per second. And I can talk about this for way longer than our schedule allows. So let's just we can just note that it is automatically instrumented and it shows up without any extra effort after it's been provisioned. So we have a single threshold here. If we get under 300,000 bytes, we consider this this monitor unhealthy. Cool. Let me zoom in a little bit. So as it's producing a healthy amount of data, everything is good, and we shouldn't see anything related to that time series on the activity tab right now. Yeah, it does show up because we have just leave the warning state, so that should be gone in a second.
And something that I think some of you might be noticing are tags, severity levels, and a mute button up in the top.
Okay, I have refreshed it, and that warning is gone. And now what I'm gonna do is I will just reduce the number of events per second, which will trigger the threshold that we have in our monitor. In the meantime, we can zoom in here again, and it will take another 2 minutes to take a dive.
So during that time, I think something that we've been studying a lot as we look at observability systems is the fun of out of order data arriving, the fun of making sure that your data is shaped like you expect it to be, handling things like an emission of metric like this that causes you to be surprised. So you'll see that we've focused on being able to look at things like the PromQL language, so that you can get a 95th percentile. So we've looked at things like delaying evaluation, so we can ensure that you're able to make sure your data has landed and go ahead and be correct. We've looked at the window we're evaluating as well, and we've looked hard at design to make this as easy to use as possible. I want to thank especially the design team that has been helping us with this. Anna's research and Gabby's design work with customers, and also great research. A lot of the folks in this room have talked with our designers, and it's been a very huge help for us. So very excited to see that.
Yeah, that was quite a journey. And these controls normally would be something like at least 5 minutes to prevent flapping, but in this particular case, flapping is what we're after. Couple more refreshes. Yeah.
Demo gods. Whew. Is it a commit and deploy problem?
Nope.
Yeah.
It just really wants to stay healthy. Yeah. In the meantime, a short glimpse into the future. You can see here is that this is configured with the PromQL query, but a UI-based editor is coming and Copilot-based editor is coming. So this will be even more fun.
Yep. And I think something else that I want to stress that we're thinking about is anomaly detection. We starting to get a little dive there.
Yes.
All right, that's good. Being aware of anomalies is a critical function for this type of an alerting system. Rolling averages, rolling standard deviations are absolutely part of the picture. The easy path is thresholds. We're definitely landing those first, but we will be able to tackle anomaly as well. This is on a road. Basically, we're previewing at this point. You will be seeing this, in your deployments, by end of year. Our fiscal is always what I like to call out, which ends in January. But I think the goal here is to get you some really powerful techniques, really powerful capabilities focused on the monitoring experience of Cribl. Get it into cloud.
Yep, automatic rolling standard deviations and remas. Oh my.
Yeah, no problem.
Easy. Stream is just way too good at pumping data through, I guess.
Well, may I give you an alert?
We can give it a little push. Change it to 1 million.
Oh, you're down.
Yep. So it's already below 1 million. So in the next minute, we should see a spike in the activity history.
Okay. All right. While we're waiting for that, I think I also want to call out the tags again. The reason for tags is because we want to be able to mute. When you see here's a story that somebody may have heard before. You have a lot of monitors for, say, a worker group. When that worker group has problems, you probably already know about it. Being notified again, over and over again, is kind of distracting. So the tags allow us to put in a global mute there that says, please don't tell me about this for the next hour. I know, I'm fixing it. That way you don't have to go to every possible alert one by one and ask, I don't know, does this still need to be enabled? Or remember to re-enable it later.
Yeah, also if you have several hundred sources, that graph looks absolutely horrible, and that will help a lot with narrowing down what you should be paying attention to. So here's the alert. Yes, we got it. We see this is the hill we've been climbing on for the last few minutes. It just switched to the warning state, and it gives you from the perspective of an SRE or a developer, This is the main. This is the most important information. It tells you exactly what failed and what you should be looking for in this in search. Oh, sorry, in stream to fix. And also here we add a little bit of notebook experience, which will allow you to look up relevant information that may be relevant to this incident without switching between multiple screens, as Jack had to not very long ago. Do we have time to make it healthy again?
Yeah, kind of a few minutes. So I think something to note there as well while Roman's setting up is that you saw search graphs in screen, saw search notebooks just then in screen. This is giving us the ability to kind of lift some of that technology and use it elsewhere. So really key capability here. It also means that when you're looking at things like how do I browse logs, if you've ever kind of switch back and forth between KQL log browsing and JavaScript log browsing, kind of annoying. So don't have to do that anymore. I think there's a lot of interesting factors there. Sorry, go ahead.
Cool. Yeah. At this point, we are waiting for it to climb back up.
Awesome.
It has been deployed, so let's take a look at the activity again.
We are planning to build this in cloud. So this is a cloud offering. It's something that we will be able to enable for all workspaces. It's per workspace. And it'll be, I should clarify, all enterprise workspaces. So free will still be using the built-in monitoring at 24 hours. But being able to get to longer time frames definitely comes with the Cribl license. And we good? We back up?
Waiting for data.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Watching time. I'm going to go ahead and open for questions, actually, because I do have one more slide that I want to show, but I want to make sure we answer questions as well before we totally give up.
Yeah, we can be refreshing the page and answering questions
exactly.
at the same time.
Yes, sir.
So going from 24 hours to 7 days is excellent. What about time frames beyond that? Do you still have the ability to export the metrics to another platform?
Yep. So beyond 7 days is the question. And number one, we were not going to block our ability to export in any way. So, if you're on-prem, you're already able to export. If you're in cloud or hybrid, we're already saving 30 days and you're able to export. I don't know if anybody, I've actually been surprised how many people don't know this. Did you know that if you're in hybrid or cloud, you have 30 days of metrics and logs sitting in Lake, and you can pipe from them to anywhere else as well if you want a year. Anyway, that is all there, and we're not going to alter any of that. This is an accelerated cache, is one way to think of it. It's a high-speed 7-day, and we are absolutely exploring paid options to turn that 7-day into, say, a year. Roman might have flinched a bit there, but
No pressure.
no pressure. But I think we can definitely do that. Yes. There we go. Yes, ma'am.
Under alerts, rules, the units with bytes.
Mm-hmm.
Should it only be bytes? Like record count in the future, or what are you thinking?
Oh, yeah, we can definitely change up units there, but that is an artifact of moving fast still. But being able to use different units there is on the table.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we default into that in what you see is what you get kind of.
Yeah,
way.
totally.
Other than standard deviations, we have time boundary conditional, like weekdays, to avoid weekends, Christmas trees.
The holiday problem. So the question is, standard deviations and Shewhart charts are nice, but can I get per day, per time frame comparisons so that I can tell, say, Tuesday to Tuesday? Is that correct? Yeah, okay. It's definitely on the menu. It is not probably going to be there in first release, but we'll see what we like. Roman doesn't need to sleep. He's fine.
Sleep is overrated.
Roman's not the only guy working on this too. I'm just teasing him.
We are exploring a bunch of exciting stuff. It's definitely better than sleep, I promise. And by the way, we're back in business.
And we're back in business. Let's do one more switch over to slides, please. Just want to give us this last bit, which is you got to end with some AI. We will be adding agentic flows. So there's a couple of different ways to handle this. I think the number one that we see is the ability to think about how to produce the query. I think we've been talking here about control charts. We've been talking about holiday problems, kind of time frame lattices. We've been talking about different languages, KQL, PromQL, and then at the end of the day, you're often dealing with this stuff in the middle of the night and going like, okay, let me Google, how the heck do I do a 95th standard deviation? No, percentiles? What am I talking about? So we want to be able to give you an agentic interface to answering the question. We're also focusing on tackling a runbook problem, basically. So this is something we've been thinking about with notebooks heavily, is the ability to dig into that flow, look at how your users are solving problems, and then make that into kind of canned reusable knowledge. So a flow that you can keep on going with. And then the last one there is a predictive signal. That can be as simple as a linear regression. It can be a little bit more complex. So we've got a lot to do there too. We're good? I think we're good. I'm at 0. I'm going to switch to questions again. Yes, ma'am.
Is there any plans to bring insights to on-prem deployments?
Insights for on-prem deployments. So initially, no. However, I've definitely been talking with a lot of customers this week, and I think I see how we can do this. The technical part is looking like a forward to a cloud instance. This is additional infrastructure. And so we're trying not to increase the burden of managing more stuff especially because it's always possible to do that today. Rather, we want to make a service that we can offer you that would be helpful. So as I understand it, it's metadata that we're moving rather than actual data. It's metric and log. If you're able to put metric and log into a cloud service, then I absolutely see how we can do that. There'll be a few business hurdles to solve, but I think it's something we can do. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm not entirely following. You said do it per source?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the metrics about, so if I'm following correctly, I think your question is, can I do metrics analysis, anomaly type detection against a source on a per source basis? Yeah, that is absolutely the design goal. Now, sources, destinations, pipelines, all of that produce metrics in stream. All of those streams of metrics about stream go into Cribl for monitoring within Cribl. So those are all things that we are able to do. The health of an alert, an automatic alert, is something that we're looking at from like a full pipeline basis. Full route basis. But in that case, source or dest is able to cause the problem. On a dashboarding basis, those are broken out. So you can look at a dashboard and be like, okay, that one's no longer good. Something we really want to get into is more open, customizable. But we're starting off with kind of the automatic pre-built alerting. Okay. I haven't talked to this side. Yes, sir.
You were talking about using tags to leverage your insights, right?
Yes.
To understand. Is there a capability within Stream to use like a double underscore field to enrich those tags inline?
Possibly. So I think
of specific pipelines that might be considered a data source in themselves that were bundled into like
Yes.
or something like that.
Yes, I definitely see where you're going. Let me think about that. Yeah, and to clarify the question, it was, can we automatically produce tags in the data from the double underscore fields within Stream? And maybe, I think so. I think that might work. Yeah, it should seems good. It does make me think of something else that's very important, which is some of the data that we're going to work with comes from double underscores. Hey, something we've often talked to folks about is I deleted double underscore bytes and now my graphs are all wrong. Yeah.
Double underscore is the new fine print. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
all the building blocks to make that happen already exist. So it's yeah, it's a matter of prioritization, I guess.
Thank you.